This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf. Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again?
Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
The Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships is brought to you by the Xfinity 10G network. The future starts now at Xfinity. Take a piece of the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships home with you. Stop by the USA Gym Store on the concourse to purchase official Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships t-shirts, hoodies, and more. Or buy online at usagymstore.com. Don't miss out on any of the action of the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. For live scoring, athlete bios, photos, and plenty more amazing gymnastics content, visit usgymchampionships.com/live. Welcome to the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships here at SAP Center in San Jose, California, USA. And welcome to our live streaming audience watching around the world on YouTube, powered by USA Gymnastics. Today's competition features the nation's top junior elite women's gymnasts. They're all here in San Jose, pursuing event medals, focusing on a time-honored spot on Team USA, and vying to become this year's Xfinity U.S. All-Around Champion. And now, the gymnasts that are here to compete in the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for Junior Elite Women. Starting off on beam for Woga, Sage Bradford. For Bull City, Addie Fulcher. For Woga, Claire Peace. For Woga, Hesley Rivera. For Buckeye, Izzy Stassi. And for Roots, Reese Esponda. Starting off on vault for Capital, Charlotte Bullock. For Pacific Range, Simone Rose. For Hills, Cammie Westerman. For San Mateo, Ali D'Amelio. And for First State, Audrey Snyder. Starting off on uneven bars. For Twin City Twisters, Malia Tressel. For Cincinnati, Ella Kate Parker. For Airborne, Tyler Turner. For Twin City Twisters, Gabrielle Hardy. For RGA, Kieran Fennell. And for Georgia Elite, Isabella Anzola. And starting off on floor, for Great American Gymnastics Express, Lavi Crane. For Texas Dreams, Lacey Saltzman. For Flips, Tatum Drush. For Great American, Lee Bui. For Metroplex, Zoe Malomo. And for Parkettes, Nicole Desmond. These are the Junior Elite Women competing in the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. At this time, we invite you to please rise as you are able. Remove your hats and direct your attention to our nation's colors for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Gymnasts may now prepare for competition on the final day of the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Championships for Junior Elite Women.
There's no ordinary in gymnastics. Gymnasts have to fly above and beyond normal, and so does everyone around them. Every stitch we make here at GK is geared toward helping athletes reach higher, think bigger, and accomplish more. This extraordinary approach shows in our beautiful handcrafted, made in the USA leotard designs. Gymnasts sense the difference in the quality, fit, and function of a GK Leo. GK, be extraordinary.
Let's take a look at the leaders board here at the halfway point of the two-day competition known as the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. Currently in fifth place for Twin City Twisters is Gabrielle Hardy. In fourth place for Buckeye, Izzy Stassi. In third place for RGA, Kieran Fennell. In second place for Woga, Hesley Rivera. And leading the way so far after the first of the two-day competition with a 53.05 in the all-around for Pacific Rain, Simone Rose. They are your leaders heading into the first rotation on the final day of the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. This concludes the warm-up, and competition begins with the start of rotation one. Starting off on vault for Capital, Charlotte Bullock, followed by Pacific Rain gymnast Simone Rose. Starting off on an even bars for Twin City Twisters, Malia Tressel, followed by Cincinnati gymnast Ella Kate Parker. Starting off on beam for Woga, Sage Bradford. And now on floor exercise for Great American, Lavi Crane. Lavi Crane of Great American on floor. Sage Bradford of Woga on beam. Coming up next on vault, the second vault for Pacific Range gymnast Simone Rose, followed by Hills gymnast Cammie Westerman. Coming up on uneven bars for Cincinnati will be Ella Kate Parker. And up next on beam for Bull City will be Addie Fulcher. Simone Rose of Pacific Rain on vault. Up next on vault for Hills will be Cammie Westerman, followed by San Mateo gymnast Ali D'Amelio. Now on bars for Cincinnati, Ella Kate Parker. Now on floor for Texas Dreams, Lacey Saltzman. Lacey Saltzman of Texas Dreams on floor. Ali D'Amelio of San Mateo on vault. Addie Fulcher of Bull City on beam. Coming up next on vault for First State, Audrey Snyder. Coming up next on beam for Woga will be Hesley Rivera. Tyler Turner of Airborne on uneven bars. Coming up next on uneven bars for Twin City Twisters will be Gabrielle Hardy. He'll be followed by RGA gymnast Kieran Fennell. Audrey Snyder of First State on vault. Now on floor for flips, Tatum Drush. Tatum Drush of flips on floor. Coming up next on uneven bars for Twin City Twisters will be Gabrielle Hardy, followed by RGA's Kieran Fennell. Now on uneven bars for Twin City Twisters, Gabrielle Hardy. Hesley Rivera of Woga on beam. Coming up next on beam for Buckeye will be Izzy Stassi. Gabrielle Hardy of Twin City Twisters on uneven bars. Up next on uneven bars for RGA will be Kieran Fennell, followed by Georgia Elite's Isabella Anzola. Now on floor for Great American, Lee Bui. Quee of Great American on floor. And moments ago on uneven bars for RGA, Kieran Fennell. Coming up next on uneven bars for Georgia Elite will be Isabella Anzola. Izzy Stassi of Buckeye on beam. Coming up next on beam for Roots will be Reese Esponda. Now on uneven bars for Georgia Elite, Isabella Anzola. Isabella Anzola of Georgia Elite on uneven bars. Now on beam for Roots, Reese Esponda. Reese Esponda of Roots on beam. This concludes competition in the first rotation. Gymnasts may now advance to their second event on the second day of the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. gymnasts may now begin the warm-up for rotation 2. With 3 rotations to go in the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for junior women, here are your top 5 in the all-around. Currently in 5th place for Buckeye is Istasi. In 4th place for Twin City Twisters, Gabrielle Hardy. In 3rd place for RGA, Kieran Fennell. Currently in 2nd place for Pacific Range, Simone Rose. And leading the way with a 66.4 in the all-around for Woga, Hesley Rivera. They are your leaders with 3 rotations left in the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for junior women. This concludes the warm-up, and competition resumes with the start of rotation 2. Starting off on vault for Texas Dreams, Lacey Saltzman, followed by flips gymnast Tatum Druce. Starting off on uneven bars for Pacific Reign, Simone Rose, followed by Hills gymnast Cammie Westerman. Starting off on beam for Cincinnati, Ella Kate Parker. And now on floor for Bull City, Addie Fulcher. Lacey Saltzman of Texas Dreams on vault. Addie Fulcher of Bull City on floor. Coming up next on vault for flips will be Tatum Druge, followed by Great Americans Lee Bui. Coming up next on uneven bars for Hills, Cammie Westerman, followed by San Mateo's Ali D'Amelio. Coming up next on beam for Airborne will be Tyler Turner. Tatum Druge of flips on vault. Now on floor for Woga, Hesley Rivera. Leslie Rivera of Woga on floor. Now on vault for Great American, Lee Bui. Now on uneven bars for San Mateo, Ali D'Amelio. Lee Bui of Great American on vault. Coming up next on beam for Twin City Twisters will be Gabrielle Hardy. Ali D'Amelio of San Mateo on uneven bars. Coming up next on uneven bars for First State will be Audrey Snyder, followed by Capital gymnast Charlie Bullock. Now on vault for Parkettes, Nicole Desmond. Nicole Desmond of Parkettes on vault. Coming up next on vault for Great American will be Lavi Crane. Now on floor for Buckeye, Izzy Stasi. Izzy Stasi of Buckeye on floor. And moments ago on beam for Twin City Twisters, Gabrielle Hardy. Coming up next on uneven bars for Capital, Charlie Bullock. Coming up next on beam for RGA, Kieran Fennell, followed by Georgia Elites, Isabella Anzola. Now on floor for Roots, Reese Esponda. Reese Esponda of Roots on floor. Kieran Fennell of RGA on beam. Coming up next on beam for Georgia Elite will be Isabella Anzola. Now on floor for Woga, Sage Bradford. Sage Bradford of Woga on floor. Isabella Anzola of Georgia Elite on beam. Coming up next on beam for Twin City Twisters will be Malia Tressel. Now on beam for Twin City Twisters, Malia Tressel. Malia Tressel of Twin City Twisters on beam. This concludes competition in the second rotation. Gymnasts may now advance to their third event on the second and final day of the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. Gymnasts may now begin the warm-up for rotation 3.
For me, wellness is hardcore. Definitely chill core. Run core. Yoga core. Cardio core. Spin core. Fit core. Wellness is just whatever works for you.
Here at the halfway point of the second day of competition of the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships, let's take a look at what's what in the top 5 of the all-around. Currently in 5th place for Buckeye, Izzy Stassi. In 4th place for Twin City Twisters, Gabrielle Hardy. In 3rd place for Pacific Range, Simone Rose. In 2nd place for Woga, Hesley Rivera. And now leading the way with a 78.95 in the all-around for RGA, Kieran Fennell. They are your top 5 in the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for junior women with 2 rotations left. concludes the warm-up, and competition resumes with the start of rotation 3. Starting off on vault for Woga, Hesley Rivera, followed by Buckeye gymnast Izzy Stasi. Starting off on uneven bars for flips, Tatum Druce, followed by Great Americans Lee Bui. Starting off on beam for Hills, Cammie Westerman. And now on floor for airborne, Tyler Turner. Tyler Turner of airborne on floor. And moments ago on beam for Hills, Cammie Westerman. Izzy Stasi of Buckeye on vault. Coming up next on vault, the second vault for Izzy Stasi of Buckeye, followed by Roots gymnast Reese Esponda. Coming up next on uneven bars for Great American will be Lee Bui, followed by Metroplex gymnast Zoe Malomo. And coming up next on beam for San Mateo will be Ali D'Amelio. Now on uneven bars for Great American, Lee Bui. Izzy Stasi of Buckeye on vault. Coming up next on vault for Roots will be Reese Esponda, followed by Woga's Sage Bradford. Lee Bui of Great American on uneven bars. Up next on uneven bars for Metroplex will be Zoe Malomo, followed by Parkette's gymnast Nicole Desmond. Now on floor for Twin City Twisters, Gabrielle Hardy. Gabrielle Hardy of Twin City Twisters on floor. And moments ago on vault for Woga, Sage Bradford. Coming up next on vault for Bull City will be Addie Fulcher. Ali D'Amelio of San Mateo on beam. Zoe Malomo of Metroplex on uneven bars. Coming up next on beam for First State will be Audrey Snyder. Addie Fulcher of Bull City on vault. Coming up next on uneven bars for parquettes will be Nicole Desmond, followed by Great Americans Lavi Crane. Now on floor for RGA, Kieran Fennell. Kieran Fennell of RGA on floor. Audrey Snyder of First State on beam. Nicole Desmond of parquettes on uneven bars. Coming up next on uneven bars for Great American, Lavi Crane, followed by Texas Dreams gymnast Lacey Saltzman. Coming up next on beam for Capital will be Charlene Bullock. Now on uneven bars for Great American, Robbie Crane. Now on floor for Georgia Elite, Isabella Anzola. Isabella Anzola of Georgia Elite on floor. Charlie Bullock of Capital on beam. Coming up next on beam for Pacific Rain will be Simone Rose. Now on uneven bars for Texas Dreams, Lacey Saltzman. Lacey Saltzman of Texas Dreams on uneven bars. Now on floor for Twin City Twisters, Malia Tressel. Malia Tressel of Twin City Twisters on floor. Simone Rose of Pacific Rain on beam. Now on floor for Cincinnati, Ella Kate Parker. Ella Kate Parker of Cincinnati on floor. Piston coach competition in the third rotation. Gymnasts may now advance to their fourth and final event of the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for junior women. Gymnasts may now begin the warm-up for rotation 4.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf.
Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again?
Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
With just one rotation left in competition for Junior Elite Women at the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships, let's take a look at the top 5 in the all-around. Currently in 5th place for Twin City Twisters, Gabrielle Hardy. In 4th place for Buckeye, Izzy Stassi. And the top 3 look like this right now. In 3rd place for Pacific Reign, Simone Rose. In 2nd place for RGA, Kieran Fennell. And leading the contest with a 92.2 for Woga, Hesley Rivera. One rotation to go in the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for Junior Women. This concludes the warm-up, and competition resumes with the start of rotation 4. Starting off on vault for Twin City Twisters will be Gabrielle Hardy, followed by RGA's Kieran Fennell. Starting off on uneven bars for Buckeye will be Izzy Stassi, followed by Roots gymnast Reese Esponda. Starting off on beam for Great American, Lee Bui. And now on floor for San Mateo, Ali D'Amelio. Ali D'Amelio of San Mateo on floor. Coming up next on vault for Georgia Elite will be Isabella Anzola, and for Twin City Twisters, Malia Tressel. Coming up next on uneven bars for Roots will be Reese Esponda, followed by Woga's Sage Bradford. And coming up next on beam for parkettes will be Nicole Desmond. Isabella Anzola of Georgia Elite on vault. Coming up next on vault for Twin City Twisters, Malia Tressel, followed by Cincinnati's Ella Kate Parker. Now on bars for Roots, Reese Esponda. Now on beam for parkettes, Nicole Desmond. Now on floor for First State, Audrey Snyder. Audrey Snyder of First State on floor. And moments ago on vault for Cincinnati, Ella Kate Parker. Coming up next on vault for Airborne will be Tyler Turner. Coming up next on uneven bars for Woga, Sage Bradford, followed by Bull City's Addie Fulcher. And coming up next on beam for Great American will be Lavi Crane. Tyler Turner of Airborne on vault. Sage Bradford of Woga on uneven bars. Now on floor for Capital, Charlie Bullock. Charlie Bullock of Capital on floor. Lavi Crane of Great American on beam. Coming up next on uneven bars for Bull City will be Addie Fulcher, followed by Woga's Claire Peace. Coming up next on beam for Texas Dreams will be Lacey Saltzman. Now on uneven bars for Bull City, Addie Fulcher. Addie Fulcher of Bull City on uneven bars. Up next on uneven bars for Woga will be Claire Peace, followed by Woga's Hesley Rivera. Now on beam for Texas Dreams, Lacey Saltzman. Now on floor for Pacific Rain, Simone Rose. Simone Rose of Pacific Rain on floor. Coming up next on beam for flips will be Tatum Druce. Claire Peace of Woga on uneven bars. Now on beam for flips, Tatum Druce. Coming up next on uneven bars for Woga will be Hesley Rivera. Now on floor for Hills Gymnastics, Cammie Westerman. Cammie Westerman of Hills on floor. Now on uneven bars for Woga, Hesley Rivera. Hesley Rivera of Woga on uneven bars. This concludes competition in the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for Junior Elite Women. Please join us in recognizing all of these amazing gymnasts for their incredible athletic artistry, skill, and bravery in competition. And thank you, judges, for all of your hard work and dedication. And of course, we want to thank you, the fans, for all of your enthusiastic and encouraging energy in cheering on the gymnasts here at the SAP Center at San Jose, California for the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. We are now just a few minutes away from the presentation of awards. Consider this your personal invitation to stick around and join us as we recognize and honor the top Junior Elite Women competitors and name your Junior Elite Women's Team USA, all coming up right here at the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships.
I see the sunrise and it's breaking my heart. It never stays up long enough to recharge. The 7 billion lies we could lie down, and everyone feels like we're lost now.
Wow.
That we're too far just to hit the restart. I need to feel the sunlight, like the earth never changed her mind. I need to feel the sunshine, let it burn through the darkest time. Oh, let it burn through the ceiling. Oh, let it burn through the dead night. Oh, let it burn till the dark never steals the light.
I am so excited. I just got gold onto the plane. Is that a 9.7 on beam? Dude!
I need to feel the sunlight, like the earth never changed her mind. I need to feel the sunshine, let it burn through the darkest time. Oh, let it burn through the ceiling. Oh, let it burn till the dark never steals the light.
And now we honor the top competitors of the USA Gymnastics women's program participating in the 2023 Xfinity US Gymnastics Championships for Junior Elite Women. We begin the award ceremony with the presentation of awards on vault for gymnasts who perform 2 vaults. Tied for 7th place with equal numbers of 26.65 in the vault competition for Great American Lee Bui. And for RGA, Kieran Fennell. In 6th place with a score of 26.7 for Great American, Lovie Crane. In 5th place with a score of 26.75 for Woga Hesley Rivera. In fourth place with a score of 26.85 for Parkette's Nicole Desmond. In third place, winning the bronze medal with a score of 26.9 for Pacific Rain, Simone Rose. Winning the silver medal in second place with a score of 27.15 for Flips, Tatum Druce. The 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships Vault Champion, winning the gold medal with a top score of 27.3 for Buckeye, Izzy Stasi. Your 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships Junior Elite Gold Medalists. Continue the award ceremony with the presentation of awards for uneven bars. Finishing in 8th place with a score of 25.35 for San Mateo, Ali D'Amelio. In 7th place with a score of 25.55 for Capital Gymnastics, Charley Bullock. In 6th place with a score of 25.85 for Roots, Reese Esponda. In 5th place with a score of 26.15 for Buckeye, Izzy Stasi. In 4th place with a score of 26.25 for Great American Gymnastics Express, Lee Bui. In 3rd place, winning the bronze medal with a score of 26.3 for RGA, Kieran Fennell. Winning the silver medal in 2nd place with a score of 26.35 for Twin City Twisters, Gabrielle Hardy. The 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships Uneven Bars Champion, winning a gold medal with a top score of 26.4 for Woga Hensley Rivera. Here they are, your 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships Junior Elite Uneven Bars medalists. And now the award ceremony for balance beam. Finishing in 8th place with a score of 24.65. For flips, Tatum Druce. In 7th place with a score of 25. For Twin City Twisters, Gabrielle Hardy. In 6th place with a score of 25.05. For Buckeye, Izzy Stassi. In 5th place with a score of 25.55. For First State, Audrey Snyder. In 4th place with a score of 25.95. For Pacific Reign, Simone Rhodes. In 3rd place, earning the bronze medal with a score of 26.45. For Texas Dreams, Lacey Saltzman. Winning the silver medal in 2nd place with a score of 26.7. For RGA, Kieran Fennell. The 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships Balance Beam Champion, winning the gold medal with a score of 27.4. For Woga, Hensley Rivera. There they are, your 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships Junior Elite Balance Beam medalists. And now the awards for floor exercise. Finishing in 8th place with a score of 24.7. For flips, Tatum Druce. In 7th place with a score of 24.8. For First State, Audrey Snyder. In 6th place with a score of 24.95. For RGA, Kieran Fennell. In 5th place with a score of 25.05. For Buckeye, Izzy Stassi. In 4th place with a score of 25.1. For Twin City Twisters, Aaliyah Tressel. In 3rd place, winning the bronze medal with a score of 25.4. For Woga, Sage Bradford. Winning the silver medal in 2nd place with a score of 26.05. For Twin City Twisters, Gabrielle Hardy. The 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships floor champion, winning the gold medal with a top score of 26.1. For Roots, Reese Esponda. There they are, your 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships Junior Elite floor medalists. this time, we continue with the presentation of the All-Around Awards for the Junior Elite Women's Competition of the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. Finishing in 8th place in the all-around competition with a total score of 100.45 for Texas Dreams, Lacey Saltzman. In 7th place with an all-around score of 101.4 for Great American Gymnastics Express, Lee Bui. In 6th place with a score of 102.7 for Roots, Reese Esponda. In 5th place with an all-around score of 102.75 for Pacific Rain, Simone Rose. In 4th place with a score of 103.35 for Twin City Twisters, Gabrielle Hardy. With a total all-around score of 103.556. In 3rd place, winning the bronze medal for Buckeye, Izzy Stasi. Finishing in 2nd place with a score of 104.6, your silver medalist for RGA, Kieran Fennell. The 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships all-around champion, winning the gold medal with a top score of 104.75 for Wolga Hesley Rivera. Your 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships all-around medalists. Gymnastics fans, we are now just a few moments away from introducing for the very first time ever your 2023 Team USA for Junior Elite Women. At this time, we would like to recognize the 2023 Junior Women's National Team, presented by Xfinity. Hesley Rivera, Kieran Fennell, Izzy Stasi, Gabrielle Hardy, Simone Rose, and Reese Esponda. Let's hear it for your 2023 USA Gymnastics Junior Women's National Team, presented by Xfinity. Great thanks to all of the athletes who qualified and competed here at the 2023 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships for Junior Elite Women. And congratulations to the medalists. We hope you can join us tonight for our final event of the Xfinity Gymnastics Championships, when we'll be featuring the highly anticipated Senior Women's Competition. Be sure to get here early, as we anticipate that there will be lines. Doors open at 2:15 p.m. Don't miss any of the action, the awards, and the efforts to fulfill the dreams of qualifying for the upcoming U.S. Gymnastics Championships. It's all happening here at the Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. And again, great thanks for being here this weekend.